How's it going, everybody? My name is Metalcore, and welcome back to another Call of Duty mobile video. Now, today's video is us talking about the brand new Prestige leaks for Call of Duty Mobile. I'll explain exactly what Prestige mode is if you guys are new to the series and have no idea what a Prestige or whatever, what does that mean? What is it? What do you do? And stuff like that. I will explain that in today's video. Really quickly, before we continue, I do want to give a huge shout out to the channel partner and sponsor, OnePlus. They are releasing a really awesome phone that I don't have yet, and I will be leaving links to that phone and showing an image of what it is. It's the OnePlus 7 Pro McLaren edition, and yes, that's like the car McLaren, the car manufacturer. So very, very cool if you guys want to get your hands on that. In Europe, they do have a release date, and then in the United States, they will be releasing it in T-Mobile's, and it'll be the first 5G, or one of the first 5G phones for T-Mobile, which is extremely cool. So I'm going to show some images of what the phone looks like. It's really beautiful. I think it's one of the coolest phones ever, and I'm super proud and happy to be partnered with OnePlus. Anyways, let's jump into talking about the brand new Prestige leaks. And before we jump into that, I do want to show off some images on the screen right now. These are images that are the levels right now that they, I guess, maybe are introducing in Season 2. So whenever this season ends, which I think is in 21 days, we will be getting some new stuff. And then I guess with that, the new Prestige system. So now when you level up level 1 to 150, they will have symbols. And that is really cool because that's something that is reminiscent to all of Call of Duty games, where the first main levels have a unique symbol and a unique rank to it. And this is what these ranks look like. And really quickly, huge shout out to Stealth Bubble and anybody else who helped out with this. Their @ for Twitter will be in the images, and you guys can follow them as well. Anyways, those are... And I do have a lot to talk about in today's video, so if it is a longer video, that is because it's like a news style video, and I don't really do these videos a ton, but I love doing them, and I wanted to do it very specifically with the Prestige mode, because yeah, I love Prestige mode. Anyways, those, I just want to show that to you guys. Those are the actual levels, I guess you could say, when you're leveling 1 to 150. And then these are the Prestige icons, and the Prestige icons are every time you reach max level. So I don't know if they're going to change the max level, but every time you reach, let's say 150, when you Prestige, you reset all your levels. And in other Call of Duty games, you basically just reset everything. In other Call of Duty games, like the original Call of Duty 4, you would also reset all the skins you earned, but you also are able to get extra things when you do Prestige. So you might get an extra create a class, you might get a new gun or a new skin or whatever it may be. In Call of Duty Mobile, what I think is they will be resetting all the attachments and stuff, is what I would be assuming, and your levels. So you'll go back to level 1, but you will have a brand new symbol next to your name. So once you reach max level in the first Prestige, you would legitly be level 300. So the Prestige system basically allows you to continue level and not just be a max level. And I'll show off some of the older Prestiges and talk a little bit more about the Prestige system in a little bit. But these are what the Prestige icons look like. Currently, my favorite ones, and definitely let me know what your favorite Prestige icons are in the comments below. But I think my favorite ones are like the Dragon one, or the Viking, like the Skeleton Viking one. The Gas Mask one looks pretty sick. But I am super hyped that Prestige mode will be in the mobile version of the game. I mean, we're legit playing Call of Duty on our phones. And, I was hoping that getting the Call of Duty experience, it would be as legit and as Call of Duty as possible. And a game without Prestiges was very un-Call of Duty. So now that they're actually introducing Prestiges as soon as possible, and maybe as soon as Season 2, so by the end of this month we'll be able to see that, then I am completely okay with that, and I'm super excited about that. And I will be reaching max level before then so that we can Prestige instantly. I will talk a little bit more about what happens when you Prestige. I did brush up on it a little bit, but these are the Prestige icons, and with that they will have a new level 1 to 150 base icons as well, which you could just call ranks. So let's talk about, I have something pulled up here. This is from the Call of Duty fandom wiki. We're going to talk about the different Prestiges and how it has evolved over the years of Call of Duty. Again, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was the first ever Call of Duty I played as a kid. I absolutely loved. And you guys can see, this was the first time Prestige mode was ever introduced. And I absolutely remember this. I love this. I'm pretty sure I ended up legitly getting to Prestige 7. So I think it was 55 levels every time, and then you would Prestige. So then you would get, once you get to Prestige rank 1, you'd be level 56, and then you just continue to go from there. What happens, you know, it says right here, the pros and cons of this. When you enter the Prestige mode, you unlock new icons next to their name, showing off the experience that you've put into the game. It can also be used to allow more content to the game, and, you know, that means basically you're able to play the game more often. The cons are, players lose all unlocked weapons and perks. And then I guess this is now excluded from the remastered version, camouflages. So I'm guessing now camouflages you keep, and so I'm hoping that we keep our camouflages. I mean, of course we're going to have to keep our camouflages because we did end up paying for a lot of the camouflages, or we earned those and stuff. So I'm pretty sure we will keep those camouflages in the mobile game. But, you know, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare was a staple of its time, but they, of course, improved on that. So, really quickly, let me show you. If we go to our create a class, or our loadout, right now we currently have 5 loadouts. And what prestiges in other games then allowed you to do was unlock more loadouts. So maybe when you prestige once, again, you will get 6 loadouts. So instead of just 5, here, you'll be able to have a 6th loadout. And then the next prestige, 7 loadouts, and so on and so on. I know that the future Call of Duty games will give you more and more stuff, and we'll be talking about that a little bit more. And again, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. I know, like, there's a huge percentage of the people, like over 50% of you guys, who are not subbed to the channel yet, so definitely sub to the channel for more content. And if you guys do like these news style videos, I love doing stuff like this, and I haven't done a ton of it with Call of Duty because I didn't really want to, like, focus too much about the news and just focus more about the gameplay, getting nukes, showing off tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I don't mind making this channel news, tips and tricks, montages. I don't mind making any of that. Like, I love doing all of that stuff, and in general, I just love making content. All right, let's scroll down here to World at War. Now, this was Call of Duty 5. This was a game that I played a ton, and this was the World War II version of the game. A little bit gory, though, because whenever you would explode someone, there was a chance that their arm would be flying off, so that was a little bit crazy. But I was a huge fan of the Call of Duty franchise all the way up until, I'll tell you when. But here we go. This was the first time that they introduced you can get the new custom class slot. This also applies to the 2nd, 4th, 7th, and 10th prestiges. So because I think in total you're supposed to have 10 custom class slots, and there were 10 prestiges, you got custom class slots during certain prestiges. See if there's anything else. There are also 2 achievements. Okay, so these are just talking about some Xbox 360 achievements and stuff like that. And basically, a lot of the things that is really big about Prestige mode is it resets the game. That's basically what it does, is it resets your attachments, it resets your perks, it resets your kill streaks and stuff like that. You have to earn them and level that up as you go. But if you have weapons that have skins on them, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to keep those skins and maybe lose the attachments. We'll have to see about what Call of Duty Mobile ends up doing with the Prestige mode and the Prestige system. If we scroll down to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, this was probably one of the best Call of Duties in my opinion, in terms of the amount of customization you could have, not only for your weapons, but with the prestige icons. And they then had title cards, which I don't think this Call of Duty has title cards yet. All it has right now is just your profile picture. But in this Call of Duty, they introduced, and I think maybe at World at War as well, but they introduced title cards where it was like a way for you to show off and represent yourself even more. In the Modern Warfare game, they have that as well. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so they had player card stuff, titles and emblems, and I hope that we get titles, emblems, and player cards in the future, because I think that's something huge that Call of Duty has always had ever since Modern Warfare 2. And again, these prestige icons look really sick. The very epic Prestige 10 icon was definitely a fan favorite and one of my favorite prestige icons, and people definitely will, you know, a lot of people will sometimes want to maybe get to Prestige 6 because they really like that icon and then stay there because, you know, they like the icon and that'll be next to their name. But usually the final Prestige is probably one of the most badass icons you can get. Call of Duty Black Ops, these were the Prestige logos here, and that actually went up to the 15th Prestige. It looks like they had different logos on the Wii as well, which is really funny that they put that game on the Wii. I actually remember when they put that on the Wii. But these are the icons here. I did play a lot of Black Ops, but I didn't play it as much as Modern Warfare 2, World at War, and Modern Warfare. So Black Ops was one of the games that kind of made me stop playing Call of Duty. I played a lot of zombies, is what I played a lot in that game. Then Modern Warfare 3 I played a little bit, and you can see that the 10th Prestige almost looks a little bit similar to the Modern Warfare 2 icons, and they actually, I guess, went up to the 20th Prestige. And they also purchase unique things at the Prestige shop and Prestige tokens. I actually remember that. There were some special things that you can use, and in other Call of Duties, if you Prestige, you can use Prestige tokens at the Prestige shop to unlock weapons earlier, so you had them because you basically already unlocked them. So it's kind of cool, and I'm interested to see if they will introduce anything like that in the mobile version of the game. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, these are the logos to that. Again, I honestly probably played once I stopped playing from Black Ops, Black Ops 2 and any game above that, and Modern Warfare 3, I maybe put in, a decent amount of time, but not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe even 1,000+ hours in the game like I did with Modern Warfare 2, World at War, and Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty Ghost definitely did not play that at all, and these were what the Prestige icons look like there. And it looks like they did have a Prestige system in Extinction, which is a I'm not sure if that was a co-op thing or not. Advanced Warfare, we do have the Prestige icons, and they have Prestige 15. I'm interested to see if those were all the Prestige icons that we've seen, and if it's up to 15 Prestiges or 10 Prestiges or whatever it may be. We'll have to see once they release it. Here's Call of Duty Black Ops 3. These are the icons for that. Looks like they also had a separate ranking up system for zombies. Infinite Warfare, yeah, a lot of these games I kind of just completely didn't really play, like, at all. Like Infinite Warfare, I don't even remember playing that at all. Call of Duty World War II, probably played it at a friend's house maybe. So there's a lot of Call of Duties that I didn't play. Looks like they also had a Prestige Master, which was something that was like beyond 10th Prestige. And it looks like they did the same thing in Call of Duty 4, and it looks like they also made separate Prestige icons for zombies, so I'm interested to see if they're going to have a separate leveling system for zombies in our version of the game. We also have Blackout, which is the most recent game, besides, I guess, the most recent game, but the truly most recent game is Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but I'm not sure if they have Prestiges out in that game yet. But this is the Blackout Prestige icons. Definitely look really, really cool there. Definitely, some of these have different art styles and different aesthetics, and it depends on the game itself, which is, that's kind of what it does. If it's a World War style game, or, each game has its own feel. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, that's kind of it with the Prestiges and stuff. I kind of wanted to make a little news video talking about the Prestige icons that they're releasing in the mobile version, as well as a little bit of history about the Prestiges in general. We'll have to see what they end up doing and what we will be getting and receiving in terms of Prestiges and how it's going to affect the game. But I think that's definitely a really positive thing to see when we are seeing the Prestiges coming out for mobile, because that just means more replayability and more of a reason to level up. The reason why I'm not maxed out is because there is no Prestige. That's the reason why I'm not rushing to level 150. But once I know that there is going to be a Prestige, which clearly it seems like Season 2 is going to be when they're going to be releasing Prestiges, then I'm going to try to get to 150. So I think I'm going to be leveling up a lot more and probably be streaming a little bit more often, or just playing the game a little bit more often to level up and get ready for the Prestige mode at level 150. So I'm only 20 levels off, and if you guys want to get ready, definitely get to 150, because once you reach max level, you basically go into settings and click the Prestige button or whatever, and it's like, are you sure you want a Prestige? And then you reset everything. I'm interested to see if it's going to reset the stats, because I know that in other Call of Duties, they would reset the stats as well. But anyways, I know this has kind of been a ramble, but it's also been insightful, and hopefully you guys learned some new things and got some news about the Prestige system in Call of Duty Mobile. But anyways, guys, if you guys are brand new to the channel, my name is Metalcore, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. See you guys later. Goodbye.